Imagine stepping into a grand hall, the air thick with mystery, where the very walls hum with the energy of ancient spells. The students, each holding unique abilities, walk the stone floors, their footsteps echoing in harmony with the whispers of forgotten incantations. What if you could create a world where magic is not just a skill, but a way of life? A place where young minds unlock their potential, learning powers beyond their wildest dreams. This is the allure of fantasy magic schools, and today we're diving into how to build one that's not only magical, but unforgettable. Have you ever wondered what makes Hogwarts so captivating? Or why the magical academy in the name of the wind draws you in like a powerful enchantment? These schools aren't just settings, they're characters in their own right, woven into the very fabric of the story. But creating such an institution isn't as simple as sprinkling a little pixie dust. It's about understanding what makes magic not just an ability, but an experience, a journey for your characters. How do you create a school that feels real, with traditions that make sense, and a curriculum that draws readers or viewers deeper into the world you've built? You're about to discover the key ingredients for crafting a fantasy magic school that will captivate the imagination and leave an imprint on your audience's heart. But first, think about this. What kind of school would shape the next generation of magical heroes? What challenges would they face? And what would they learn about themselves in the process? A magic school isn't just a place of education. It's a battleground for growth, for conflict, for triumph. It's where characters discover not only their powers, but their purpose. And that's what makes creating a compelling magic school so crucial to your story. It isn't just a setting. It's a character that holds secrets, offers lessons, and tests the will of those who enter. The question is, how do you design such a place? How do you craft a setting that feels alive, breathing with history and mystery? A school that doesn't just teach magic, but teaches the very essence of storytelling itself. Imagine a school where magic is taught through experience, where students must earn their powers rather than simply learn them. This isn't just about magic, it's about the journey. From trial to triumph, how will your students rise to the challenge? What hurdles will they face as they navigate a world brimming with arcane knowledge and dangerous unknowns? Every character needs a foundation, and your magic school can provide it if you build it with depth. You see, it's not just about spells, potions, or enchantments. It's about creating a world where these elements have purpose, significance, and consequence. So, how do we begin building such a world? The first step is understanding that a magic school isn't a place where magic is simply practiced. It's a place where students live their magic, embodying it in everything they do. A place where the stakes are high and the consequences of failure are felt in the deepest parts of their beings. The magic school is more than a backdrop. It's the stage where their destinies unfold. So, what makes a school truly magical? What is it about these places that makes them unforgettable to readers, viewers, and creators alike? And most importantly, how do you breathe life into your own school? The answer lies in the very elements that make the world magical, both literally and figuratively. The architecture, the traditions, the instructors, all of these elements come together to shape the student's journey. But it's not just about design. It's about creating an atmosphere that transports your audience into a world they never want to leave. A place that feels as though it has stood the test of time, hiding secrets, spells, and dangers in every shadowed corner. Imagine the intricate carvings that line the school's walls, each one telling the story of its magical heritage. Imagine the ancient library that holds knowledge from forgotten eras, a treasure trove of dangerous and forbidden knowledge. And then, consider the students themselves, each one a different puzzle piece in this intricate tapestry. The diverse personalities, skills, and desires that shape the very culture of your school. How will you blend them together into a cohesive whole? This is where the real magic happens, when your characters come to life within the walls of your school. They'll change, grow, and face challenges they never expected. And in turn, your audience will feel every moment of that transformation. But it all starts with crafting a place that's alive, a place that feels as though it's waiting for your characters to arrive, and that will shape them into something far greater than they ever imagined. As you create this world, remember, every school has a unique story to tell. What is yours? Now that we've captured your imagination with the idea of a magic school, it's time to dive into the heart of the creation process. The foundation of any magic school lies in its world building, the rules, structure, and lore that govern the magic, the school itself, and its students. Every corner of your school should feel intentional, grounded in a set of principles that make it unique. Let's start with the most fundamental question. How does magic work in your world? Are there natural elements or objects that amplify magical abilities? Or are the students taught through rigorous discipline and practice? Your magic system should have its own limitations and consequences. It's not enough to simply say magic exists. For example, consider how the magic in Harry Potter requires wands to channel spells, or how the magic in The Name of the Wind is tied to knowledge and the ability to name things. What is the cost of using magic? By establishing clear rules for magic, you set the stage for conflict, growth, and discovery within the school. Next, think about the school's architecture. Is it grand and imposing, like Hogwarts, or perhaps more mysterious and hidden, like the dark academia vibe seen in some modern magical stories? The layout and structure of the school can tell a story of its own. Is it built on ancient grounds with a rich history, or has it been constructed in modern times battling against old traditions? The architecture should reflect the culture and the purpose of the school. Perhaps the school was built into a mountain or atop a floating island, each location offering its own unique challenges. Every hall and classroom should feel as if it has been shaped by the very magic that thrives there. The classrooms themselves should each have a distinct atmosphere. Some might be bright and airy, while others are dark, full of secret knowledge waiting to be uncovered. Think of the library, where dusty old tomes hold forgotten spells or forbidden rituals, or a forbidden forest, home to magical creatures and ancient beings that test students' courage. Your school needs an identity, an atmosphere that speaks to the kind of magic it teaches and the experiences it offers. Moving beyond the physical space, we also need to consider the culture within your school. What is the tradition that governs how students learn magic? Are they sorted into different houses, as in Harry Potter, or perhaps assigned to magical disciplines based on their natural talents? Maybe the school runs on a merit-based system, where students must prove their magical abilities through competitions and trials. Or perhaps the school is more like a guild where students are mentored by seasoned magicians who pass down ancient knowledge. Your school's structure should reflect its philosophy. Is it focused on creating well-rounded magical practitioners? Or is it a breeding ground for elite, powerful mages? Think about the relationships between students, teachers, and even alumni. Is there a sense of rivalry between houses or schools? Or is it a place of community where all students work toward a shared goal? The interactions between students and faculty can drive conflict, humor, and character development. Consider how teachers teach. Are they stern and formal, or approachable and nurturing? Do the teachers have their own hidden agendas, or are they purely focused on guiding the next generation? Teachers should be more than just knowledgeable. They should be characters with their own stories and motives, perhaps even challenges that parallel the student's growth. And what about the magical creatures and artifacts that inhabit your school? The magical creatures could serve as both protectors and challenges for students, offering opportunities for growth and adventure. Perhaps the school is surrounded by an enchanted forest full of dangerous beasts, each with its own unique set of magical properties. Or maybe it's a place where students can study and care for magical creatures, learning to control their powers and understand their deep connections to the magic of the world. The Magic School's library, full of ancient books and scrolls, could also hold an array of enchanted objects and artifacts, each with a story and a mystery to uncover. These artifacts could be central to the plot, offering powerful tools or curses, or they could serve as treasures that reveal hidden knowledge. And of course, we cannot forget about the most crucial element of any story, the students. Who are the young magic users attending your school? What makes them unique? And how do they interact with the world around them? Are they noble and proud, or rebellious and misunderstood? Your students should have diverse backgrounds, motivations, and skills. Now that we have a solid foundation for your magic school, it's time to explore what truly makes it stand out. The conflict. Conflict is the lifeblood of any story, and your magic school should be no different. Whether it's internal struggles, rivalries, or world-threatening dangers, conflict will shape both the students and the school itself. Think about the age-old battle between good and evil, or light versus dark. These concepts can be central to your school's philosophy. Perhaps your school has a history of dividing students into factions based on their magical affinities. Those who practice light magic and those who embrace the darker arts. Such a division could cause tension and rivalry among students, making every lesson a battle for power, reputation, or acceptance. The school's history should be littered with past conflicts, events that have shaped its traditions, curriculum, and student culture. Maybe there was a time when students fought for dominance in magical duels, or a betrayal that caused a rift between two houses. This past should echo through the school's halls, with remnants of its former glory and ruin present in every room, statue, and classroom. How do the students view this history? Do they embrace it, or are they eager to break free from the shadows of the past? Consider introducing a secret society within the school. Students who have grown disillusioned with the rules and norms, seeking to uncover forbidden knowledge and harness dark magic. These rogue students could act as a powerful foil to your heroes, creating a constant sense of danger and intrigue. The actions of these students could affect the entire school, sparking chaos, danger, and shifting alliances. But conflict doesn't have to always come from external sources. What about the internal struggles of your students? Magic, after all, is a deeply personal experience. What if one of your students discovers they're unable to control their powers, causing them to fear their own abilities? This fear could isolate them, making them question their place in the school or even their identity. Another student might struggle with the temptation to use their magic for selfish or destructive purposes. These internal battles will give your characters emotional depth, making them more relatable and complex. Imagine a student who, despite their incredible magical talents, is racked with guilt over their past mistakes. Their journey isn't just about mastering their powers, it's about overcoming their own doubts and fears. Conflict is also a great tool for pushing characters to grow. Whether it's overcoming a fear, forming alliances, or confronting a hidden truth about the school, these challenges will help your students mature. Conflict can also come from the school's very structure itself. Is the school too strict, too controlling? Perhaps there's a powerful headmaster or council who enforces rigid rules that stifle creativity and individuality. This can create a tension between the students and the administration, with characters who feel trapped by tradition. As the students grow more capable, they may begin to question the school's authority, sparking rebellions, uprisings, or radical shifts in the school's culture. Consider introducing a mentor figure who serves as both a guide and an obstacle. This mentor might have their own hidden agendas, causing the students to question their motives. The mentor could push the students to their limits, testing their abilities and character in ways that bring them closer to or further away from their goals. Maybe the mentor has a secret they're hiding, a connection to the darker side of magic that could change everything the students have been taught. These hidden truths can be revealed over time, slowly shifting the narrative and keeping the audience on the edge of their seats. Beyond individual conflicts, your school needs external threats, forces that challenge the school's very existence. Is there a dark power rising outside the school's walls, seeking to harness the magic the students are learning? Perhaps a powerful magical creature or an ancient evil has returned to claim what was once theirs, threatening to destroy everything the students hold dear. This could push the students into alliances they never expected, forcing them to confront enemies they were ill prepared for. Think of how the students might rise to the occasion, uniting against a common foe, discovering new powers, and forging unbreakable bonds along the way. Your magic school should never be a place of pure safety. It should challenge your characters, force them to grow, and constantly test their resolve. The dangers shouldn't just come from the outside, they should come from within as well. Imagine a student who betrays their friends for personal gain, or another who is manipulated into causing harm to others. These betrayals can add layers of complexity to your characters and raise the stakes for everyone involved. Now that your students have faced their trials, their conflicts, and their greatest fears, it's time to guide them toward resolution. The journey of your magic school must culminate in a way that feels earned, satisfying, and emotionally impactful. But resolution doesn't just mean solving the external problems. It means seeing the characters grow and evolve into who they were meant to become. Your students have come a long way. So how will their experiences change them forever? Perhaps the once rebellious student has learned the value of teamwork and responsibility, embracing their newfound leadership abilities. Or maybe the student who struggled with fear and self-doubt has now mastered their magic, conquering their inner demons. These moments of personal growth are just as crucial as the external victories. You see, the true power of a magic school lies in its ability to shape not just magical abilities, but character. The final test is not always about defeating a great evil, but about facing the very flaws that once held your characters back. It's about showing that the magic they've learned isn't just about spells, but about understanding themselves and their place in the world. So, as the story nears its conclusion, how will the school transform? Perhaps the ancient oppressive traditions that once governed the school are overturned, ushering in a new era of freedom and innovation. Or maybe the school remains the same, but the students now understand its true purpose and their place within it. The decisions they make should leave lasting consequences, not just for themselves, but for the future of the school. Will they leave the school behind, taking their newfound knowledge and wisdom into the world? Or will they remain dedicated to continuing the work of shaping the next generation of magic users? This is where your students' journeys reach their ultimate point of choice, the culmination of all their struggles, growth, and learning. But even as your story reaches its end, there's always room for more adventure. What's next for your characters? The world outside the school may still be in chaos, or perhaps a new generation of students has just begun their own journey. The lessons of the school have rippled outward, affecting not just the characters, but the world they inhabit. And that's the beauty of building a magic school. Its impact isn't confined to its walls. As your students walk away, whether physically or metaphorically, they take the legacy of their experiences with them. Your magic school isn't just a setting, it's a microcosm of the larger world, full of both light and darkness, hope and despair. It's a place where dreams are forged and heroes are made. Now that the external conflicts have been resolved, it's time for the final emotional payoff. Bring the characters back to where they started, their journey home, their reunion with those they care about, or their return to a place they once feared. These moments of reflection are the heart of the story, where all the lessons learned come to fruition. Perhaps your hero returns home, but now they see their world in a new light, having outgrown their former self. Alternatively, the school itself could stand as a beacon of change, its influence spreading far beyond the campus to shape the future of magic itself. Think about the future of your school. What will it become now that the students have left their mark? Will it continue to operate the same way, or will new ideas and approaches emerge? Will the legacy of these students be passed down through the school's curriculum, or will they create their own institutions to rival it? The resolution of your story should feel earned. It should reflect the growth of both the characters and the world they inhabit. As you craft this resolution, remember that it should feel like the natural conclusion to everything that came before. This doesn't mean everything has to be neatly tied up. Leave room for mystery, growth, and possibility. But the journey your characters have gone through should resonate in a way that lingers long after the story ends. You've spent this entire time building a world, and now it's time to see it stand on its own. How will your school evolve? How will the characters' futures unfold in the wake of their experiences? These final moments should evoke a sense of accomplishment, nostalgia, and even bittersweetness. There's always room for more adventures, but the school and your characters have earned their resolution. The ultimate reward isn't just the knowledge they've gained, but the people they've become. As you wrap up, ask yourself, what do you want your audience to take away from the story? Is it a sense of wonder, a call to action, or a deep understanding of the world you've created? Whether it's a grand, heroic battle or a quiet moment of reflection, the resolution must speak to the core themes of your story. Your magic school, see. Now that you've created a compelling, dynamic magic school, the next step is to bring it to life. This is where the real magic happens. The moment your ideas transform from concept to reality. Whether you're writing, illustrating, or designing, your job is to immerse your audience in the world you've built. The school you've created isn't just a setting. It's a living, breathing entity with its own history, traditions, and secrets. And now, it's time for your characters and your story to fill those walls with life. Your students are ready for the challenges ahead, and so are you. The key to creating a successful magic school lies in the execution. The world must feel real, the conflicts authentic, and the growth undeniable. It's about making your audience believe that this school could exist in their imagination, and then making them not want to leave. Remember, every detail matters, from the shape of the school's towers to the language spoken in the halls. Your magic system, the school's traditions, and its characters all need to interweave into a tapestry that feels complete and immersive. Think about the pacing. Let your audience take their time to explore the world. Every corner of your school should be filled with something meaningful, whether it's a secret passage or an ancient book waiting to be opened. Don't rush the world building. Let it unfold gradually, letting your audience discover secrets just as the characters do. Magic isn't just about spellcasting. It's about the wonder of discovery, the thrill of learning something new. The more you develop your world, the more your audience will want to explore it. But while details are essential, remember that the heart of your story is the people. Focus on your students, their growth, their flaws, their triumphs, and the relationships they build with one another. It's not enough for your characters to simply attend a school. They must change as a result of their experiences. The magic school should act as the crucible that shapes them into something more. By the time they graduate, or leave, or take that final step, their journey should have transformed them inside and out. What lessons will they take with them? What sacrifices will they have made? These questions should guide every part of your narrative, from the first day of school to the final farewell. A magic school story isn't just about learning spells. It's about the emotional journey of the students. Will they fail? Of course. That's what makes their victories so powerful. Will they be tested in ways they never imagined? Absolutely. It's only through these trials that they'll grow into the people they're meant to be. So, now it's time to create the world that your students will live in, and in doing so, allow your audience to become a part of it. If you want your audience to feel like they've attended the school themselves, you must give them every opportunity to connect emotionally with the story. Show them the wonder, the fear, the passion, and the magic of this world. Allow them to walk the halls with your characters, experience their struggles, and cheer for their triumphs. Your magic school isn't just a backdrop for adventure, it's where the heart of your story resides. And just as you've crafted a unique world, you must craft a unique experience for your audience. Whether it's through engaging visuals, deep character arcs, or unexpected twists, make sure your magic school story stands out. Don't settle for the ordinary. Make it unforgettable. One way to do this is by incorporating elements that haven't been seen in other magic school stories. What unique twist can you add? A magical artifact that's been lost for centuries. A professor with a dark secret? These elements will surprise your audience and keep them invested in the world you've created. But beyond the plot and magic, think about the themes of your story. What message do you want to leave with your audience? Perhaps it's about the power of friendship or the importance of knowing who you truly are. Maybe it's about embracing your differences or overcoming your fears. Whatever it is, make sure that your school, its people, its history, and its magic reflects those core themes. The magic school is a powerful metaphor for growth, both for your characters and for your audience. They will walk away from this story feeling like they've experienced something transformative, just as your characters have. So, take a moment and ask yourself, what kind of impact do you want your magic school to have on your audience? Will they leave with a sense of wonder and possibility? Will they be inspired to create their own magic in the world? Your school is a place of infinite potential, a world where anything is possible. So, dream big, dream bold. Create a magic school that's as unforgettable as the magic itself. And remember, every great story begins with a single spark of imagination. Whether you're a writer or a creator of any kind, let that spark guide you.